Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. So this pick a card reading is a message from the universe. We have 3 groups to select from. Group number 1, Tarantula. Group number 2, Fire Ant. Group number 3, Fox. Pause the video if you have to see which group you're resonating with. Also, if you would like to check out my exclusive weekly pick a card readings, only available on Patreon. After watching this video, check out that link in the description box below. Timestamps are always located in the description box below, so I look forward to seeing you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. You guys selected the Tarantula energy. So immediately upon looking at the Tarantula energy, what's coming to mind is that you're trying to skip a step. You're trying to skip a step and you're trying to skip the most important step. So for those of you who have been experiencing, say, setbacks, it feels like you're taking a step forward and the universe keeps pushing you back, or you feel like you keep getting pulled backwards, or even feel like you're underwater and you keep pulling up to catch your breath. And as you catch your breath and you think you're going good, you're pulled underwater again. I'm getting for a lot of you, this might even be financial situation, in the sense that one minute you think you've cleared up, you've cleared some things up, and it appears that things are going decent, and then before you know it, it's like you're back in that same position. I keep getting like that Groundhog Day where it's like I thought I was past here, and I keep getting recycled back to the same situation over and over and over again. It's like, when will this end? But what I'm getting is that you guys are trying to skip a step. Something about the steps that you're trying to skip is like you're trying to get ahead to a certain point, and you're not ready for that point yet. And the reason why I say you're not ready, meaning clearly there's something to be learned that you haven't learned. When I look at the Tarantula energy, my attention goes to the red all around the Tarantula, and I think about how the red ties into the root chakra. And the root deals with our security, our stability. And if the root isn't secure and stable, no matter what we build on top, we'll just cave in, we'll just fall in on top of itself. And when it comes to this group, I get you guys are skipping that step. And skipping that step for some people might mean owning to themselves and acknowledging certain feelings that they might have around certain things. What I'm getting is that some of you have entered into a new state or a new space into your life, and it's like not acknowledging and accepting what's happening. It's like trying to skip step, trying to avoid what's happening. It's like acting like what's happening is not happening. Wow. Okay. So we have the number 3 and we have the north and the south node energies both show up. So for some of you, maybe this might be pertaining to destiny, communication, destiny as far as past and present. So something about past and present and how past and present meet. When I think of past and present, I think of like, say, how we'll think of like past lives and the future. And to me, with both of those energies showing up here, it's almost like both of those energies are meeting. And with both of those energies meeting, I feel like a lot of you guys who selected this group probably have Chiron in Gemini in the 9th house or the 3rd house. There's something about communication and a path of communication and how communication is so important for your future. So maybe the step that some of you guys are trying to skip is communication. Either working on yourself to become a better communicator, or skip a step with communication thinking that you'll be able to you'll be able to avoid addressing something that needs to be said. It's like thinking that you'll be able to avoid that when there's no avoiding it. There's no going around it. This is bringing me to say some kind of a hard conversation that needs to be had. Some kind of a critical conversation that needs to be had. I think about the person who's anticipating the conversation in their mind, and because of that, they keep avoiding the conversation when the conversation needs to be had. Something needs to be spoken about. Something needs to be addressed. And then for some of you, it might be something around your family members and feeling a sense of responsibility for certain family members for the simple fact that you guys are related, to the point where it's kind of destructive to your future. It brings me to the thought of someone feeling a sense of responsibility for certain people because they're siblings or family members or whatnot. And the sense of burden or responsibility that you feel is kind of getting in your way to build better for yourself. It's like not getting past a certain place to create better and more in your life is what I'm getting with this energy here. Let's pull some cards and see what else is coming up. What else is coming up? What else needs to be said? Okay, so overall, the Death card comes up for the overall message. And the Chariot comes up for challenges. So definitely overall has to do with walking away from something, ending something. And the issue when it comes to not ending this thing is that it's causing you to remain stagnant. It's causing you to be still. In a rare situation for some of you or for one person, I think of like the person who loaned their siblings some money, and it's like you're waiting for this sibling to pay you back because you want to use the money to fix your car or to do something with your car. And it's like you keep waiting. They keep putting you off and telling you they're going to pay you. They're going to pay you. And it's been like weeks now. In some people's situation, it's been 2 months or maybe in February or something to that when it comes to the time. And it's like you have to come to the realization that that's not coming. And if it comes, great. It could be a bonus or an extra. For some of your situation, I feel like y'all won't be getting that back. Maybe in other situations you can, but if it's that one person waiting to get it back to fix your car or whatnot, it's like accepting that it's gone probably would be the best thing ever, because once you accept that it's gone, then you start to plan and do without it. And if it shows up, amazing. But when it comes to say this group, like, yeah, skipping steps, you want to skip steps and you can't. I think of the person who wants to move on without closing a door behind them. And it's terrifying to close that door because it's like, what if something happens? I think about the person who was raised in a traditional type of environment. When I say traditional environment, what I mean by that is a person who feels a sense of responsibility for their siblings or family members. And because of this sense of responsibility, it's like you feel guilty to assert yourself, speak your truth, or even say no, really is what I'm getting. Feeling guilty to say no because it feels like, what if I ever need them and, you know, they're not there for me, when like you can't depend on them anyways. So to me, it's almost like you can't depend on them anyways. So it's like, so what? But I mean, I get it. Like when I say so what, I mean, like, I get it. I get it. When it comes to say unexpectedly, the money is going to come. So for those of you who are waiting back about money, the money is going to come. The blessing is the Ace of Pentacles in the reversal position. And I feel like this is a blessing. Ace of Pentacles is a blessing in the reversal position in the sense that more money can enter into your life, but the universe is selective on the flow for a reason. And the reason why the universe is selective on the flow, because it goes back to your sense of feeling responsible, to where it's like your money comes in and you might find yourself wanting to dish it out and take care of others and kind of, you know, show up and save the day, when really that's not your problem. What you need will show up for you. But again, you have to learn to release and let go what's not working for you. And challenges is that things are stagnant, and things are stagnant for a reason. I feel like the areas of your life, or the things where the areas of your life where things appear to be stagnant in, it's actually a blessing, believe it or not. It's a blessing because you're skipping steps in those areas. And some of the steps that you might be skipping might be as simple as like affirming clearly what it is that you want, affirming clearly what you're trying to manifest next. I get with this group that some of you might be so much in your masculine energy. When I say your masculine energy, you're doing that you never stop to map out what you're doing exactly. It's almost like you know in your head, so you never stop to really like look into it, to really think about it, is what's coming to mind. When it comes to, say, the spirit animal to guide us forward, we have the butterfly. So with the butterfly showing up as a spirit animal, the butterfly is definitely bringing me to say, accepting your new life. It's like you're entering into a new kind of life, a new way of living. And the butterfly is here to say, accept your new life. When I say accept your new life, I think about the butterfly in the caterpillar stage. And while the butterfly is in the caterpillar stage, it's crawling, like it's more in an earth element, where the butterfly is dealing with air element. So with that being said, it's bringing me to the fact that you guys have had a lot of experience in life. Even if you're younger, you've been through enough to know what's up. You've been through enough to know what time it is. I think the issue that most of us run into is that instead of seeing people how they consistently show up, we see them based on, you know, potential, like our ideal version of them. What would be more ideal, a person, opposed to what has been consistently, you know, what has been consistent, what has been true, consistently true. So with the butterfly showing up as a spirit animal to move forward, it's like, think about the caterpillar and how when the caterpillar is in that stage, it's doing a lot of eating. And once it gets into the butterfly stage, it's time to fly. The butterfly has work to do. So when it comes to this group, to me, it's like you have to keep in mind that you have certain responsibilities, or with this group, a lot of you feel destined. You feel like there's a calling on your life. You feel like you're meant or destined to do certain things. And with the butterfly energy is bringing me to just that. It's time for you to step into your calling, step into destiny, learn to trust your intuition. But of course, you wouldn't be able to trust your intuition. You wouldn't be able to trust your intuition if you didn't have this moment of reflecting on everything that's happening. Because with me starting out with the tarantula energy and saying about skipping steps, even when it comes to your intuition, steps have been skipped. And from skipping steps, you know, you might find that sometimes you have premonitions and knowings, but you don't do nothing with it because of fear. You don't act on it. You don't trust it. So it goes back to strengthening that, you know, strengthening that energy, strengthening the root foundation so that you can, you know, flow into the other levels of your life instead of every time you start to build or make things happen. It's like the foundation starts to fall apart, where it's like you got to trust, you know, you got to learn to trust. And for me, a way how I've worked on learning to trust my intuition and things like that is through journaling and writing down certain affirmation. And when I act on them, write down the outcome and different things like that. But the blessing for you guys is 8 of Pentacles in the reversal position. And I feel like this is a blessing in the sense that I think of the saying, the fool and his money shall soon part. And I feel like if the universe blessed you with the kind of money that's meant for you, you guys would probably be delusional and put yourself in danger with all that money. Like I said, you guys feel destined to do great things. You feel like there's a calling on your life. You feel like you're supposed to go places and make things happen. And yes, that is a truth. But the first thing to work on is that you got to stop skipping steps. Only you will know what that means for you. Stop skipping steps. Right now, you're trying to do something or make something happen and you're skipping over an important step. I think of the person who's getting to know someone relationship-wise and they're skipping over the whole getting to know part and jumping into moving in. And yes, there's people who's done it and they end up together happily ever after. But something about skipping steps here. So however you're skipping steps, only you know how you're skipping steps. And that's definitely something to look into, to take a closer look at. And again, with the butterfly energy here, to me, the butterfly energy says that you've experienced enough to be ready for the next stage in your life. But at the same time, it's like, you know, embrace each moment as you go through them and not try to skip over some parts to get to others sooner. Group number 1, such a pleasure sharing this message with you. I'd love to know how you resonate if you do. If you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my exclusive weekly content only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a red heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, group number 2. You guys selected the fire ant energy. I don't know why, for the first time putting the fire ant card out, the first thought that came to mind is something's not ready, and something is not ready, and it's best for you to not. Ooh, okay, I have a better example. What's coming to mind is the story of the alchemist. And within the story, when the shepherd's boy, the main character, was getting ready to go on this journey to go find the goal that he dreamt about, his treasure that he dreamt about, along his way, whenever he would cross path with, say, for example, I think a lady who was like a fortune teller or something, he promised her something out of his fortune. And I think and the alchemist or some other main character in the story told him, or the king with the metal plated chest with the rubies in it, told him not to be promising his treasure before he gets it. So when it comes to this group, that's what I'm getting. It's like you're promising something that you haven't gotten yet, or you're allowing people to feel like they have access or have rights to something that you don't even own yet, is what I'm getting. Like what I'm getting when it comes to this group, that you guys are very generous people, so generous to the point that whatever you have, it belongs to the people in your life. Like they don't even have to ask twice. Like you're going to set things up so that they can reap some of the benefits. What I'm getting with this group are people who are super generous. And even if it's not that you're super generous, is that there's a sense of responsibility to take care of your family, to take care of your community, to take care of the people in your life. And what the universe is trying to tell you is that you're spreading yourself too thin, number 1. Number 2, is that you're putting yourself in a situation that's unnecessary and isn't for your greatest good when it's all said and done. Because when it comes to, say, certain people, and, you know, when it comes to certain people, no matter how much you help, your help will never be good enough. Your help won't be enough, is what I'm getting. I'm getting that it's best for you to allow things to play out and then you let others in on it. Maybe for some of you, you guys get super passionate about your goals and aspirations and you go sharing them with certain people that you figure will be happy for you. And it's not that these people aren't happy for you. For a lot of you guys who selected this group, is that, you know, when it comes to the dreams or aspirations that you're trying to pursue, there might be a bigger part of you that don't believe in yourself or don't believe that it's possible for you to make this thing happen, whatever this thing is. And because you don't believe that it's possible, when you go and you share it with other people, if there's any doubt within them, you'll be able to sense that doubt within them when it comes to your idea, or they might just be busy with other things and they don't respond to your idea the way you would respond to your idea because it's yours. And from that, you find yourself super discouraged. But when it comes to this group, it might not be that. Maybe it's your relationship. You have too many people involved in it. But when it comes to this group, hands down, I get there's too many people involved in something that you're trying to do. And when it comes to, say, the thing you're trying to manifest, maybe it's best to keep it a secret. For the simple fact that it's just better that way. I feel like for a lot of you, it might take a lot of burden off your shoulders. I get it when people say, you know, you involve others so that they can help to keep you accountable. I get that, and that could make sense. And that could make sense in a lot of situations. But when it comes to this group, I'm not getting that that's something that's actually beneficial for you. And it's interesting, the dice that comes out is the number 12, pertaining to the 12th house, Jupiter, and Mars. You guys could see that. So with Mars in the 12th house, this tells me that, you know, something that you might not see is your motivation or how you're moving. I think of the person that's moving so fast, that's doing so much to the point that they're not even aware or see like how they're making a mess around them, or maybe not making a mess around you per se, but something about your movement, like something about your movement might you need to take a closer look at your movement. I look at even Jupiter energy there, where it's like your level of optimism is out of this world. And I feel like the way how you're so optimistic and motivated by learning and motivated by teaching other people, like that's a powerful thing. But at the same time too, with the optimism, I feel like you could be so optimistic to where, you know, you might come off a bit delusional and blinded by your level of optimism to the point where it's like it feels like an undoing. And the way how I'm picking that up in this reading is that, say, a lot of you guys, you know, might be so optimistic where it's like you're looking at the best possible scenarios when it comes to certain people and certain things. And even though, you know, those scenarios, best possible scenarios, even though they might be real, there might be truth to them. At the same time, I feel like it's causing you to not see something clearly. It's causing you to not see the whole picture. When I look at this card also, I think of like this ant in the center is you. And like these are everybody waiting to like have access to whatever it is that you promise that's at the center. Or it could be a situation where it feels like other people are sitting back and speculating about your business. And it feels like other people are involved in your business. Other people feel like they know your life more than you, or they're telling you what to do. And it's like, we got to ask ourselves, like, how could someone feel comfortable to tell us what to do if we're not already like complaining about them or bringing our businesses to them? I find that when I'm doing readings, I find that, say, if a person has the number, say, 1 in the blind spot position. And the way how I came up with the blind spot position is when I was studying the numerology, and the blind spot position is you adding your birthday and your year together. And if your day and year adds up and reduced to the number 1, you might find yourself in situations where people are always telling you how to live your life. And if you pay attention, it's because you might run a lot by them. And from you running a lot by them, they feel that they have the right to tell you what to do, because maybe the way you run things by them, it seems like you don't know what to do. So if you don't know what to do, they're going to tell you what to do. I remember one time me and a friend had a conversation like that. And she said to me, "You're always telling me what to do." And I said, "Because you always come around and act like you don't know what to do." And it's not that she didn't know what to do. She knew exactly what to do and how to live her life. It's just that unknowingly she was seeking validation and didn't realize it. And from seeking validation, she was asking questions, but she really wasn't asking questions. She was just looking for someone to tell her that, you know what, you're right. you know, because sometimes we don't trust ourselves and trust our decisions. So sometimes we want others to tell us that you're right, you're on the right path or whatnot. When it comes to overall, we have the 8 of Wands in the upright position. And with the 8 of Wands in the upright position, this tells me that you guys are very busy, or there's a lot happening for you, or great things are about to come into your life. When it comes to this group, I think of like the person who won the lottery. And of course, all of you watching this will not win the lottery. That would be nice. And I'm not telling anybody to go out and buy the lottery, but you guys have something great entering into your world. Like I said, there's something that feels promising to where you're even going as far as making some promises. But when it comes to say challenges, we have the Emperor in the reversal position. And with the Emperor energy in the reversal position, this is bringing me to say no structure, no structure, no stability. And that's what this brings me to. There's no boundaries here. There's no boundaries here. This is you in the center and everybody have full access to you. When it comes to unexpected, your wish is fulfilled. Whatever wish you are waiting on, I think of the person who's coming in on some money because maybe there was a lawsuit or an accident or something, but you're coming in on some money. Whether it's higher pay, some opportunity is being presented to you, or you have something to offer that others want. And unconsciously or consciously, you're making it known to everybody that you have this thing to offer. When it comes to say blessings, we have the Queen of Swords, because with the Queen of Swords showing up as blessings here, this brings me to say, when it comes to this overall situation, it's helping you to be a better communicator. It's helping you to be a better listener and a sharper communicator is what you're gaining from this overall experience that you're going through. When it comes to say, you know, this thing you have coming in, you're learning to be a better communicator, a clear communicator, because I feel like this energy here shows not so clear communication to the point where boundaries is an issue, or structure is an issue. I think about the person who doesn't know how to say no. So instead they say yes when they really mean no, and then got all these people sitting here waiting on them for stuff is what I'm getting. When it comes to say spirit animal, what will guide you through this message is the bear energy. And with the bear energy showing up as a spirit animal, I'm getting the importance of taking some time away, taking some time away from everything. It's almost like going into a brief reflection mode when it comes to everything that's happening, like taking yourself away, taking some time away. And it's okay if you go back on your promise, because when it comes to some of you guys who selected this, it's like what I'm getting is that you've made so many promises to the point that keeping up with them is just unrealistic. And making the promises again, because, you know, I think of a person that doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I think of the person that doesn't want to disappoint anyone. So out of not wanting to disappoint or hurt anybody's feelings or whatnot, is like, you know, I said yes, but damn, I wish they don't need my help anymore. I said yes, but damn, I wish they forgot I said yes. It's that kind of vibe. Like with the bear energy here, I'm getting to take a step back and reflect on everything that's happening. But when it's all said and done, it'll help you to be more clear and efficient when it comes to your communication, instead of communicating in a way that isn't so clear. I feel like when it's all said and done, you might realize what I said about the so optimistic to where it's like you're unrealistic, or blinded by the level of optimism and completely unaware of the movements that you might be making. But yeah, when it comes to the message that the universe has for you, or what the universe is trying to tell you, the universe is trying to tell you to create better boundaries and learn how to say no, or say no first before you say yes. It's okay to always go back and say yes, but when you start off telling everybody yes and having all these people having all this expectation, you know, it's hard for you to build anything, number one, because it's like everybody, you're being pulled in so many different directions is what I'm getting. You're being pulled in so many different directions. So you really want to look at your motivation. What motivates you to do the things you do the way you do the things you do? Because some of us might realize that we're motivated by a lack of self-worth. And because of our lack of self-worth, we got a hero complex. And from that hero complex, we find ourselves in situations where we're constantly being taken advantage of or used. And it goes back to what's secretly motivating us and us not realizing what's actually motivating us. So we keep getting an outcome and it's like, damn, how the hell did I get here? Well, this is how you got here. The Queen of Swords energy will help you to reflect and realize that, you know, this is a pattern. This isn't anything new. If you pay attention, you'll be able to see the common pattern that keeps repeating itself over and over again when it comes to your situation. Group number 2, I would love to know how you resonate with this message if you do. If you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my exclusive weekly content only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me an orange heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, group number 3. You guys selected the Fox energy, and this message is a message from the universe, what the universe is trying to tell you. Spirit animal, totem animals, like what is the universe trying to tell you? The first thought that came to mind when I looked at the fox, something about TV, something about television. It doesn't have to even be television. It could be something with your smartphone, social media. It's something about what you're watching, something about something you're consuming, something you're watching, something you're focusing your attention on, and how this thing is actually taking way more from you than it's actually benefiting you. I think of like the person who likes to watch certain scary movies or certain things that seems to like get your adrenaline going, or maybe not your adrenaline going. I don't know, I'm getting something about the kind of movies or shows or something that you've been consuming lately or have been consuming for a while, and how it has been playing a big part in causing some of you to either worry more than normal, going in and out of states of depression, or just a really pessimistic overlook on life. And it's also been playing a part in your ability to manifest certain things into your life, because from consuming these things, whatever it is that you've been consuming lately, it's like it does something to you. It has some kind of a hold on you. When it comes to this group, maybe a lot of you have some kind of a strong Neptune placement. When I say strong Neptune placement, maybe Neptune conjunction Sun, Moon, or it's in your first house, your 6th house, your 10th house, or maybe, you know, Pisces, strong Pisces, Sun, Moon, rising placements. Some strong Neptune placements, maybe strong planets, certain planets in the 12th house is something that might be coming up, or Pisces in a position that's very dominant. It doesn't even have to just be Pisces. It could be even Jupiterian energy. But I'm getting, when it comes to this group, like you guys have to be very conscious about the things that you expose your mind and your attention to. Something about your mind and your attention is very sensitive, because you guys are super powerful when it comes to manifestation, where some of you guys might learn the hard way, where when it comes to certain things you fear or question, they show up quickly. They show up in your world and they show up quickly. So that might be a sign or something to help you to see, like, damn, you're a really quick manifester. You're good at manifesting things very quickly. Yeah, when it comes to the Fox energy, that's what I'm getting. You guys got to be very conscious about where you're placing your time and your attention. And for some of you, it could be the kind of people you're communicating with, because something about how you could be influenced, something about the influence that they will have over you. Or if you pay attention after you're around someone for a long period of time, maybe you start speaking like them, or something. It's like something about them rubs off on you. Because when it comes to this group, I get something about like a very malleable mind. And it's not that because you don't have a strong mind. Like, I feel like I'm a strong-minded, strong-willed person, and I could relate to that energy. So when it comes to this group, I'm getting, it's very important for you to associate yourself with people who have good habits, because their good habits will become yours. And if you're surrounded by people with a bunch of bad habits, those bad habits will become yours just as much as their good habits, is what I'm getting. Something with the fox energy, like, yeah, something that you're around is really, really creating an impact on your life. And you want to put that kind of energy into also being around positive influences on your life. We have the number 12 here, dealing with the 12th house energy. And we have Venus and Mars. And with Venus and Mars energy both there, Mars deals with our motivation, Venus deals with our values. So you might be unconscious about the things that you're motivated by and the things that you value. And if you're unconscious about the things that you're motivated by and the things that you value, this is where a person can find themselves in situations and it's like, how did I get here? It's like, how did I get here? Why do I don't want this. Why do I have this? Or why is this the way things are the way they are? Like, this is not what I have planned for myself. And that might be because of, because one is unaware of the things that they value. One is unaware of the things that motivate them, because Mars and Venus brings my attention to that. I think of how also Venus energy might tie into our partners, and this was on Mars energy, our partners, and with it in the 12th house, maybe when it comes to the kind of people that you're associating yourself with partner-wise, you're seeing a person's potential opposed to seeing the actual person. You're seeing what you want to see in the person opposed to seeing how they're consistently showing up. And from them consistently showing up and being them, it's influencing your life in some way. And it might be influencing you in ways that you don't want to be influenced, in ways that aren't what's best for you. Is what I'm getting. Is like something when it comes to undoing, when it comes to this group, something about your motivations, how you're taking action, and even partners, or what you value might be some things that you're unaware of and could tie into, say, undoing. When it comes to, say, the overall message, we have the Two of Pentacles in the upright position. And with the Two of Pentacles in the upright position, having to do with the overall message, this brings me to, say, you finding it hard to juggle something, make something work. I think of juggling something in the sense, in a non-physical sense, where a person might be reflecting on, say, their situation, and it's like, I don't know if this is for me or if it's not for me. I don't know if I'm in or I'm out. Like, this is bringing me to, say, Libra energy and feeling that, like, straddling the fence when it comes to something. Like, I don't know which way to choose. Like, I don't know if I should choose to be in. I don't know if I should choose to be out. I'm not sure what path to choose when it comes to, say, this connection, if it's a connection. I'm not sure what path to choose when it comes to this thing. And I feel like, not choosing is also a thing. But say those of you who have a hard time choosing, I'm getting that you're not looking at the whole picture, or you're not looking at the situation clearly. What Spirit is showing me is that you need to look at the evidence. You need to look at the tangible outcome. I think of, like, say, a person trying to wonder if someone is truthful or not. Ask yourself, what kind of fruits does this person bear? Is this the kind of person that bears good fruit? When I say bear good fruit, what I mean by that is, like, say you come across someone who's supposed to be some kind of a financial expert or something to that. And with them being the financial expert and whatnot, it's like, you don't know if you should work with them or not. But it's like, look around them, like, how have their financial expertise worked for them? Look at the fruits that they've bared, is what I'm getting, instead of looking at the potential. Because with this energy, I'm getting that you're good at, like, looking at the potential and being hopeful or optimistic about the possibilities when it comes to others. And that's messing you up. When it comes to challenge, we have the King of Swords in the reversal position. So with the King of Swords in the reversal position, as far as challenge, Some of you might be dealing with someone who is very manipulative, someone who is so manipulative to the point that they got you questioning yourself. They got you questioning your reality. They got you questioning you when their life might be the one that's a mess. Like I think of like, you know, someone allowing a partner to come in to rearrange their whole life and rearrange their whole world. And it's like, wait a minute, how'd you let that happen? How'd you let them tell you what to do when clearly they don't know what to do? And it's like, I don't know. It just felt like they knew what to do. It's like that kind of vibe that I'm getting. It's like, I don't know if it just felt like they knew what to do when in all reality they didn't. And they just wanted to feel like they had some kind of power or control by telling you how to live your life, by telling you what to do with your life and your situation. When it comes to what's unexpected, we have the Five of Pentacles in the reversal position. So what's unexpected is that it might take you some time to walk away from the situation, if it's a relationship or even if it's platonic. It could even be a family member that you're dealing with that you're choosing to see the potential in, instead of seeing that, okay, this is so-and-so and this is just how they are and that's just what it is. But it's going to take a little bit for that to click in, because it feels safer. You know, there's safety or security in the familiar aspects of this thing. Where when it comes to blessings, the World card in the upright position, the blessing is that, you know, the cycle will change. I think of like, say, how the cycle change and a person is removed out of our lives, or the cycle change and we relocate, we switch jobs. I think of like the person having a bully at work or at school, and something happens and the person gets transferred out. It's like some change within the cycle of life. You know, some life cycle thing changes and things change, but for a little bit things might, you know, remain the way how they are, because for whatever reason, it's like, you know, you don't know what to choose. You don't know what to choose. And also to what I'm getting with this energy is when a person feels like, you know, I don't know if it's me or if it's them. I don't know if I'm the one who's seeing things in a weird way or if this is what's actually happening. That's what I'm getting. It's like, I don't know how to see things type of vibe. Like, I don't know if it's me or if it's them. I'm not sure if it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not. The unicorn energy is here. So with the unicorn energy showing up for this message remind me of when I first learned what a narcissist is. When I first learned what a narcissist is, I needed to use my unicorn senses, my intuition, to sense that something wasn't right, because everything looked good on paper in the sense that the person seemed to be so put together, reputable, put together, upstanding citizen type of situation. And just intuitively, things just didn't feel right. Things just didn't feel right. And, you know, it was through my intuition that says, this isn't right. This person isn't right. And from my intuition, you know, I was like, yeah, this isn't right. This person isn't right. Something is off here. And from, you know, intuition, I started coming across things on YouTube and learning things, and like, oh my God, this person has the exact traits that they just described for a coverted narcissist. Oh my God. Oh wow. Like, yes, that's the dynamic of our connection. Oh wow, this happened, that happened. Oh my goodness, yes, that was happening. Where it's like, if I was just going by what my eyes could see, everything felt fine. I just felt like, damn, I keep getting it wrong, or I keep messing up, or what's wrong with me? And it's like, no, like you're dealing with a sick person. Not saying everybody here is dealing with a sick person, but with the unicorn showing up as a spirit animal, this is bringing me to say premonition and intuition is necessary to make the next step, not necessarily what you're looking at. How does it feel to you? How does it feel every time you have a conversation with this person? I always tell myself, whenever I find myself talking to someone and I leave the conversation even more confused than I started, is because I'm dealing with a manipulator and they're holding information back. you know, or somebody holding information back. So they're keeping you away from the information. So that's why you feel confused or feel like stars are going all around or over your head after you're done dealing with this kind of person. So when it comes to this group, the message is that you need to learn to trust yourself. You need to learn to trust yourself. And for me, how I've learned to trust myself is through journaling. And through journaling, I'm able to be brutally honest, write down whatever it is that I'm experiencing, whatever it is that happened. And then from all of that, like, you know, things happen and were confirmed and validated. And you know, I go back to my journal and like, see, I wrote this down. See, I wrote that down. And after a while, it builds up that muscle and I'm able to feel more confident in myself. So that might be something that really works for this group. Group number 3, it was such a pleasure sharing this message with you. I would love to know how you resonate. If you do, if you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my exclusive weekly content only on Patreon, the links for reading, to book a reading and for Patreon are both in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a yellow heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.